All right, hip and ridge repair. This is repair number 3 on this house here. The hip and ridge right here that's blown off due to wind damage. There's another small spot right there. That's what we're gonna cover in this video. But first, my name is Brian with Grand Roofing. I share what I know here for you guys, whether you're a homeowner, a DIYer, a contractor, up and coming, whatever, it doesn't matter. If you guys could, give it a quick thumbs up. If you haven't seen and you noticed that right there, I just did repair a minute ago. Up over there was steeper. That's why I had the safety harness on. That was repair number 1. Repair number 2 I didn't even know about was this over here. I'll plug cards in if I can remember to do it in editing later. Check them out or at the end of this video. But this video you're on, you stumbled across, is going to be hip and ridge. We're going to do these right now, uncut, unedited for you guys. All right, we're going to start by prepping it. These nails that are up here, we're going to drive them in. Won't hurt anything. Then we're going to prep the 2 ends for the repair. This is why I was originally called out, was for this. I noticed when I came by to look at this a couple weeks ago, there was a shingle over there. And then today getting here, I didn't notice that, but we took care of it. So we're gonna prep this side, do this side, then we're gonna jump to that and do that. So drive those down and then prepping it. This is a IKO shingle. I don't have my tape. But anyways, this isn't going to be a width of a standard hip and ridge. It's going to be thicker than that. Can you do it? Yes, but I happen to have a metric 3 tab by IKO, so I brought those. I was at the shop this morning and I saw them and I was thinking about that, so I grabbed it. So these pieces should fit from this edge to this edge. I hope I have enough here. It's going to be close. If not, I do have hip and ridge in the truck, but it's going to be probably 3/4 inch shorter, so you just split the difference. Looking down the ridge, you'll see it do that. Not a big deal. It'll keep it dry. Have some Cobra vent to match what they had, which is obviously wore out, deteriorated. So to finish prepping this, we're going to take this shingle off right here because I really want to get that Cobra vent back up to that edge. And we're not going to destroy that piece because I may need it. Set it aside. Now I can get in here where it's good. I don't know if I can cut that very well. Probably going to make a mess. I just wanted to visually inspect it. It's not bad. Let's check this side. We're going to need to prep it. I could probably fit it right in there too. Nevertheless, when we go to put our hip and ridge back in, we're going to need to shove it under here. So we're going to need to pop the nails out of that area. And they're actually really far under. I may be able to get by with it like that. Let's take this piece out, which is the old hip top part. Split that seal strip. Try to get it out of there. That's that piece I was referring to as the top. Would be what I would refer to as the headlap of this. Set it down, make sure there's no nails are going to be in an area that's going to affect it. We should successfully be able to put the new Cobra vent here, tight up into there, tack it off, and then put the new hip and ridge pieces on. I am not a fan of this style of ridge vent. I think it clogs up. Now granted, this isn't venting because of the way the house is built. I'm hoping it's just where this ridge comes in. Same with that one right there. But why I don't like it, especially if you have cellulose, they clog up over time. I'm not going to get into the free net airflow, things like that. I'm just showing you the repair here. The other factor is also, well, it's not really good to walk on a ridge cap. You would think that's the best spot, even though I'm not putting weight on it. Don't ever walk on your hip and ridge. You risk it buckling out, breaking, and damaging your fastening strength to those. So always straddle the ridge if you're walking it, like this. Try not to ever walk on ridge vent. And then there are some that are better, like Omni. Different kinds that are solid plastic with baffles that can hold your weight. Anyway, outside of the scope of this video, let's get into the repair of this video. I'm gonna try just pull from the center here. I don't know if it's gonna come out too easy. There we go. That way it's still wrapped in my plastic. When I came by to do my original inspection for the repair of this, I'll go back over and pick it up if it makes it all the way off. Should there. We're gonna cut it a little long. I can trim it if I need. Using a sharp straight blade, not a hook, it's not gonna cut very well, or even shears. Let's try this first. Don't cut your shingle underneath. But I got a mark. Now I can cut on this. Man, That was even a fairly new straight blade. This stuff is junk. Maybe I can tear it the rest of the way. I hate this stuff. They need to discontinue that crap quick. Because this is more of a factory edge, we're going to tuck it tight up under this side. Tight into there. We're going to overlap this side just a little bit. You can see where it's worn out. This has been exposed for a while. It's crumbling apart. We're going to use these for the hip and ridge, but I am going to use these here just to tack this down. We're going to reuse this one for the fact I don't have a lot to go around with that right there. And the nails they come with are longer to penetrate a lot better. And we will reseal these nail holes here. Just drive those in. You don't overdrive these at all. Now because of this, I'm going to seal this really good. I'm also going to shift that piece of cap back just a little bit. Now we're going to cut our 3-tab hip and ridge pieces here. I'll show you how to do that real quick. Using either a sharp straight blade or a hook, doesn't matter. Don't cut your work area underneath. I'm going to use a sharp straight blade from the top. Well, top meaning the back side. Anytime cutting a shingle, this back side of the shingle where it's more asphalt, straight blade works good. If you're cutting the top granule side, hook blade works. Where these come together, notch from the manufacturer, you're just going to start right here, come at a little bit of an angle and score it, snap that off of there. And then here, a slight V upside down. This is what your piece is going to look like. That's your visible, that's your seal, this is the head lap. If you cut too much of an angle, your next set of cap coming across this isn't going to pin those down. So let me show you on this piece right here. If you just cut one straight down the middle, you can, but if your cut's crooked, you're gonna have a piece sticking out. That's why you make a slight V. Now, as I was saying, when you shoot this on here and here, you put your next piece on and you shoot it here and here. Your goal is to, and you don't want them super high because wind catches it, you don't want them super low. You want them about in that region right here in this area. But if it's shot there, you're gonna catch this piece right here. That's what you're after on the nailing zone of this. So there's 3 pieces. We're gonna need probably 6 to do that. So let's just cut the next one real quick. There's no too little. The only, again, like I said, you could, let's just do another one piece here so I can show you. We're gonna need it for that one anyways. If your cut is straight, I mean absolutely perfectly straight, you can do that, and I'll show you. And what risk you may have is just really a cosmetic issue. So you're gonna go put this one down, right here. Move these aside so you don't see them and throw your view off. So that was a straight cut. Here's another one straight cut. Nail it off. Your next piece is going to go down and it's going to get shot here. You're guaranteed to catch that headlap piece now, but the problem is if you look at this, you might have a little piece exposed or it might be out like that a little bit. That's the sole reason for putting a little angled cut on those, but you don't want to cut too much so you don't hit the headlap underneath. So that's really all I'm after if you're doing this. Now if you buy it from the manufacturer, hip and ridge, it's usually perforated seal strips, everything's good. You just snap the bundle apart. This is if you're cutting 3-tab. If you're doing a new roof that has a higher warranty than a glass 3-tab shingle, you might be tempted to cut 3-tab shingles into your hip and ridge. It's not going to carry the warranty that true hip and ridge would have. It's a little thicker, more asphalt, things like that. Just throwing that out there real quick. Now we're going to finish this up. We will seal this here in a minute. I'm gonna take into account those nail holes. We're gonna hang that back a little bit farther. Get my nails. And we're gonna drive this off with a hammer. Not over driving it. You want it to be pinned down, pulling that shingle down. I gotta spit, sorry. You don't want them down so far you're missing this. You want it to kind of support the shingle in that area. But you don't want them so high up, like I said earlier, where wind will get under there with the leverage. You also want to put them near that seal, that tar strip, that seal zone there. Then you're just kind of eyeballing. If it's a big area, take a chalk line and run it out with a chalk line. No bigger than this is, I'm just eyeballing it. On new roof installs, we always do 2 nails too per side. I think it holds better. You risk it not having a blowout as easy, and if one nail fractures or is not quite in the right area, the second nail is just a cheap insurance policy. So on a new install, pop pop or pop pop, pop pop, pop pop. Either 2 here like this or like that, kind of like a radius. You want to keep it near the seal zone. Now on your last piece or 2, you just eyeball this. That's not gonna go. It's revealed. So we're gonna split the difference. We're gonna hang this one back a little farther. We're gonna tuck this one under a little farther. This one's not wanting to go that far. It's hitting those nails I was talking about earlier. There, nope, wrong one. This one right here. There we go. All that's doing is going to split the difference so you don't see one small row, right? That's all you're doing. Make it slightly smaller, slightly smaller, slightly smaller. Just adjust them, that's all that was for. Now, I don't think that's going to work good. I wanted it to puncture through this. This is where repair work with a hammer is very difficult. Well, not very difficult, just more difficult. Whereas if you had a AGC mag hatchet, it's going to be a lot better, a lot easier to do. But because I had that, I left it in the truck. And then even though we didn't get into this one, because I popped that over, it possibly broke those nails free, we're going to drive this one in. Jump the other side. Get these put in and this will be done. We'll probably wrap the video up here. After this side, that's the same thing. Just more wasted time removing that harness and stuff. And this final one right here. We'll address all that trash here in a few. Seal strip, or not seal strip, but sealer. Last but not least, oh, so I want to point out something too with the direction of this typically too. So in my area, that's east, south, west, north. Most of our winds come from the southwest. Most of our storms blow in from the Rockies, from the west, the south, the southwest. So it's minor, it's not crucial, but if you get in the habit of, during a new install, always run into the predominant winds, okay? So you're starting from the east and running west, or starting from the north and running south. That way, these pieces will be lapped going into the wind. Now they're backwards, wind will catch these. Each one of these is gonna get caught. For the rest of their life up on this roof, you risk more wind hitting them as opposed to blowing across them. So just point that out. If you're installing, you're a foreman, you're a guy that cares about the quality, that is a minor thing, but it is a thing. And then because it's cold and these aren't gonna seal, a little dab of tar sealer to help stick these down. Both sides, anywhere you did work or anywhere you popped a seal strip free. I'll get that back up under there with my finger in a second. And that one. Damn. Missed one right there, the old. That's why I always check. It just takes a second to check, but I actually missed this first piece that I salvaged right there. Yep, and I did miss it. That's why I always check. Now, these will start to stick down. Can't quite make up my mind if that's a good smelling smoke or a leavy stinky smoke. I don't know, we're at 18 minutes, but I don't know when I started this video, so whatever you're watching, I greatly appreciate you watching this far. That right there, simple to do, you can do it. Just remember some basics. If you're doing a new install, run into the prevailing winds. Wherever your predominant storms come from, run them that direction. This one is correct. It started from the north and ran south. Most of the wind blowing here will blow across these and not catch. It's minor, but it is something where if you take pride in your work, pay attention to little things like that. No different than vinyl siding, right? So if you're gonna vinyl siding, like this lap right here, in my opinion, they did it right. This side laps over. Why? When you're pulling in from the street, when you're coming up your driveway, you don't really see that, do you? If you're that derelict that didn't pay attention, you see it. It's cosmetic and also winds. No different than with this. You're gonna not just see those, but the functionality of the wind catching them. All right, so it's minor, but hey, I'm here to share, so this stuff can live on well after I'm done and gone, when I retire, give up, or have a boo-boo and kill myself, unfortunately. But let's hope that doesn't happen, and let's knock on some wood. All right, if I haven't said, my name is Brian with Grand Roofing here in Kokomo, Indiana. I share what I know for you guys. If you're watching, if you got any benefit out of it, please give it a quick thumbs up. Let me know where you're watching from, and so I know you watched this far. Smoke. If you put smoke down in the comment section, I know you watched it to the end. Until next time, be safe. We'll see you then.